Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a glorious 1v1 owner. You guessed it. It is Bayeux. In these, this Marcel, I believe, fighting here for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the... let's just go with 9th Panzer Division here with mechanized elite troops and Spearhead. West in the west it is Elpern fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, King George V. Taking on the role here of the 7th Armoured Division here with special weapons featuring tank hunter sections, resupply half-tracks, hold the line, crocodiles. That is, not actual crocodiles, but you know, Churchill crocodiles, and concentrated fire brigades with the gun aiming for two as a double section sapper start here for Elpern, setting out there for the British Empire. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters. Without them, the support, the Propagandacast would not be possible. So thanks to them for continuing to support the war effort. Other people can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or they can donate by PayPal. Links in the description, and finally just commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing also helps out immensely, spreads the word out via the YouTube algorithms, getting more people to like watch the videos, so that can also help me out a bunch there. But double Grenadiers, MU-42 versus double section Sapper, universal carrier there. Grenadiers based in the south here for Deutschland. Up north, the MU-42 Pioneers working together in that, shall we say, early game tactical formation, where the Pioneers spot for the MU-42, and the MU-42 then kills everything that offends Germany, and then the Pioneers moves in to sweep up the survivors. That's sort of a nice little combo you can do there. In the south here, first engagement possibly happening here. Grenadiers versus section, but looks like the first engagement in fact happening up here. Machine gun pretty aggressively, and Marcel clearly quite confident in his abilities to not run the machine gun into a bad position here. Universal right round here for Elpern. There we go. Mobilized and ready. Was a very high utility vehicle in similar ways to the German 251 half-track, or 250 half-track, just smaller and without wheels. But, you know, served as a reconnaissance vehicle, served as a transport platform for infantry, also served as a tractor, weapons platform. It performed a lot of roles there, actually. The Russian, or the Soviet Army actually also used a bunch of them as well, because we see them from the British. So, little fun fact. We got Grenadiers through the south here, ready to clash there with Elpern. Universal getting northwards pretty aggressively. Up north here, Pioneers versus the Sappers. Because the Pioneers won heavy cover, the Sappers charging. Then the Pioneers do get the upper hand here. Universal being diverted to deal with that. Machine Gears doing nothing there. Third Grenadier squad out here for Marcel. Looks like Elpern is going for some pretty fast take here. Theoretically, if Marcel were to realize this, he could get pretty aggressive, I think, versus Elpern in certain areas and do some heavy damage, but we'll have to see. But I imagine he's doing this in part to upgrade the Vickers K there on the Universal K as fast as possible, as it is a very powerful upgrade. Going into the section in the south here. Moving forward here for the German army. Universal K sweeping in there. Going to run into the Grenadiers perhaps, and some Panzerfaust. South here, a bit of skirmishing. Machine moving towards the center. Pioneers there. We got tech on the way there for Marcel. Skirmishing there. U-40 up the Universal Carrier. Biggest K there being mounted. Universal Carrier taking heavy damage from the infiltrates that fires into the side of it. Section moving up here for Elpern. Biggest K almost done, then his Universal Carrier. In the south here, Grenadiers are sent packing with heavy losses to follow. Back here, nothing further is transpired for Elpern. Let's see what he's planning here. Except with this command, I would not be surprised to resupply half-tracks. You can that way upgrade his men without having to spend resources on the weapon racks. Plus frontline reinforcements. Certainly a lot of utility on the half-track there for Elpern if he does go for it. As for Marcel, like to make a nice company up here. No commander yet for him. Grenadiers taking some heavy losses. They're being fired at from several sides. And ultimately we have to fall back in the face of Elpern's stiff British resistance and stiff upper lip. Universal in trouble here with the there. MU-40 will have to retreat here. Could also consider calling in tank hunter sections. And there we go. In fact, that's why he hadn't gone for a lot of infantry, is to call in some tank hunter section to deal with a, I imagine, very anticipated armoured car there from Marcel and the Germans. Equipped with the Boys anti-tank rifle, which I'm fairly certain was not in service with the infantry in 1944-45. Having been replaced by the Piat. Troop reinforcing healing here, well, mostly reinforcing. No bunkers up there for Marcel. All 250 half-tracks provide his men with healing. Then their cavernous holes, well, not quite cavernous. Got the tank hunter section reinforced there for the British Empire. University almost fixed up. Flanking up here for the South, going to try and hit the fuel point, try and mess there with Elpern's plans. Second tank hunter section, that's 2 regular sections plus 2 tank hunter sections. Elpern there going pretty hard in on those gentlemen. In the centre there, going to use around the section there. No mercy here from Marcel. His tutu's out, he's going to flank the universal carrier. Of course, he does need to be mindful of the tank hunter section, but even with them around, he can still at least force Elpern to be a little less aggressive than the universal carrier, which will still help out Marcel's infantry a fair bit. We got mines up here, very good there by Elpern. They're going to cause some problems there for Marcel's armor car. Of course, he sets them up right next to the sappers and kills poor Tommy. Good lord, it blew his legs clean off! Wow, guess he won't have to worry about sports anymore, eh? Shut up. Armor car flanking around, gun is bringing the guy rifling it off here on the tank hunter section. Quick shot there, push down to the open. Doing some nasty damage there, down to half health, and he's pushing forwards. Need to be careful here with his men. As Marcel is starting to pressure them a bit more. Still a commander from Marcel. Not much in terms of additional elements either here. Elpern is fairly well dug in. Honestly, for Marcel, right now I think a mortar could be a pretty good investment considering the way that Elpern is dug in now around a lot of heavy cover. A mortar could be an excellent way of both digging him up but also planting smoke screens to push further forwards under that. Reinforcing here, medic bunker almost done. That said, I'd also say like this is a pretty easy position in some regards. The defender can definitely make it difficult like for Marcel to dig it out here. Bit of an unfortunate side effect of the map. It basically creates these massive safe zones. That can definitely like cause the matches time to grind down, allow players to like very quick recover from an unfortunate position. AC might free the Elpern, depending of course on the developments. Not always, but they're definitely like better potential on this map compared to other maps. There you go, got the armored car, that bit of blow there to Marcel. You will need to respond to this. University halfway down here for Elpern. Dispatching most of the forces southwards, leaving the Pioneer to deal with the tank hunter section. Bit optimistic, plus I still need to get close here. Remember the Pioneers and MP40s, most MP40s in general, be the Assault or the Stormtrooper, do have a significant drop off in DPF, like even to get slightly far away from the terrain of target, not terrain. So really want them to get close to get the most damage in. In this regard, he's kind of finding it from a slightly inefficient angle. He should have pushed them a bit closer there. Finding him for the southern point, reconnecting his fuel. This is helpful for Elpern, allows him to pull ahead here. We do get grenades and a sapper section. No half-tracks, but I would certainly not be surprised if he's planning a half-track here. And there we go. Another tutor out there for Marcel. Obviously helps again for the universal carrier. Of course, the question is if we really should be doing that at this time. There we go. Instant on using rounds. Very nice to see. Thumbs up. Bit of an overlooked ability, as I like to say. So nice to see someone actually make use of it. Universal trying to flank around to the armoured car. Imagine Elpern was not expecting that one because most Wehrmacht players will not be replacing the armoured car, so of course that could be a reason he did it. That set the tank hunter section right around the corner means he can't pursue the investigator directly, though he could try and take the second path. He's clearly not doing that now. Northic, grab the point there, and these there, could moon flank in from the Northic, get behind Elpern's positions there, or we get northwards, we'll have to see. Machine gun team though will have to retreat here. A lot of and here, a lot of action, and there you go, wipes them for two, quite a blow here to Marcel, a great kill of Elpern and the British army, leaving Marcel of course without a crucial piece of Wehrmacht weaponry here versus the British, and that's definitely going to hurt, I think, Marcel as the match goes on, unless he can somehow put a stop to it right away, which seems fairly unlikely, but there you go, might at least be able to take out the Universal Carrier, which would certainly, while not quite make up for the loss of the info-2, could certainly make it sting less. He might even get a section wipe here, which definitely again will further, I think, ensure that the MD42 loss isn't that bad. But even then, it is quite bad because when it comes to the machine gun loss, it's not just you lost a machine gun, your opponent gained it. So that's definitely a significantly larger manpower swing. So while I did get rid of the US carrier there and the section there, he's not quite out of the woods yet either. Tank hunter section out there, that's 3 tank hunter sections of Elpern.
Supply line's been cut.
That's going to be a nightmare for the armoured car, but even a problem for medium armour. In the actual war, not so much, because anti-tank rifles were actually pretty weak against most tanks, particularly head-on, sideways. They can, of course, do some damage, but even there, of course, things like the German armoured side skirts very much negated the anti-tank rifles, so they're a bit, shall we say, overhyped in companies too. Either way, though, definitely going to be annoying there for Marcel to deal all these tank hunter sections here from Elpern. Heading north over the sappers, tank hunter section following up. Back here, baseline further happening from Marcel himself. Got tank hunter section to 2 Grenadier squad C. Got more light machines up here for Marcel. That will certainly help out somewhat, but I still think I'm more to be good to do that or taking up faster for medium armor. Though, of course, Elpern is doing his best to make that as difficult as possible for Marcel. And again, another push up north here, hitting the fuel resources here, looking to ensure that Marcel does not pull for armor fast. Is, of course, very smart play there by Elpern. Machine gun they're setting up is going to be a nightmare there for Marcel's Grenadiers. You could hit it with the armoured car, though. But he needs to get a bit active for that. Of course, the sappers block it from now. At least that path there go can now move in the armoured car swiftly. Northern field fight here is not working out great for Marcel, but he does ultimately push back Elpern. But not before he renders the point neutral. Armoured car rushes northwards, machine position still. It does open up for Marcel to hit for that field point, but we'll have to see what happens next. Still nothing further than support weapons. Elpern meanwhile pushing straight for the company command post. Some medium armor there most likely. Cromwell or Centaur. I mean, right now I think a Centaur rush could be quite devastating, particularly because Marcel doesn't have an anti-tank gun. I do believe he's relying here on the anti-tank gun production bullets and allowing him to that quick to get out of the pack forward in response, allowing him to save up manpower for other things. Bit risk in some regards, obviously, but it does make a certain amount of sense. There you go, grenades off from Elpern. Almost got the ME43, though of course Marcel can't get his hands on it. Now he might end up losing another unit to the sections there. Finding where the retreating Grenadiers. Yep. Gets a wipe there. Particularly when they're fighting against the British, you have to be careful about retreating too late because they, for whatever reasons, have incredible impact versus, you know, low health units on retreat. Like, they definitely have some incredible DPS there, so you have to be very mindful about that. You definitely want to retreat soon against British forces when they're threatening your retreat paths. Now they're going to do a squad there for Marcel. You definitely need something with a bit more impact. I feel like just feeding more Grenadiers into the fight here versus Elpern is a bit of a tactical error there by Marcel. I feel like, again, Panzer Grenadiers would be great. Stormtroops could also be a good addition here. But I think just pouring in more Grenadiers like Marcel is currently doing is not really doing Marcel a lot of good. And he probably should either replace his machine gun or bring in a mortar. Got more mines here from Elpern as well. Thumbs up to that. Very good. Section caught by the Pioneers and the Flamen of the Alpha. More pressure here from Marcel across the southeast. Definitely also heavily focused on the south. In fact, both players are more, shall we say, centre-south focus, whereas the north-centre, shall we say, axis of the front line really doesn't see a lot of action. Like, there's a bit of harassment, a bit of skirmishing here, but for the most part, the north largely goes by unnoticed by both players. Still a tech there from Marcel. No. Oh, there you go. Spoke too soon. We could get the tech there. Again, I feel like the reason, again, he's doing things like he's keeping again the manpower for the pack 40, but at the same time, I feel like at that point, shouldn't he just go for it then? Like, it's effectively just, yeah, I don't know. It seems a bit weird to be there for Marcel. It seems a bit odd. Does successfully push back here at the section from the south. Elpern does have like a fairly extended front line, but again, having the machine gun here does allow him to again hold a fairly significant chunk of terrain here with minimal force. And again, this is where mortar could be a very good way of dissuading Elpern from that being a good idea. Cromwell away then. Again, Marcel currently having no anti-tank guns. He could try and rush out a Stug, I guess. More mines here from Elpern. Very good. Excellent work mining up most of the map. No half-track though. More mines off here. And of course this does punish Marcel here from not going for minesweepers. Since again that way Elpern is further incentivized towards laying down a very large amount of mines here. But there you go, can pull this Pommelcore. Could rush out Stu, will go for a Pantherfall relatively fast, and the Pantherfall could certainly help against all these tank hunter sections, though again with, you know, that many anti-tank rifles, it's not going to be easy either. North here point being grabbed. Marcel is making some progress. He still hasn't gone for a commander, which makes me think he's going to be either well, any of them really, but I certainly think more Spearhead than mechanized. Or elite troops for that matter. In particular, since elite troops is one that rewards you for like going for it soon as, like, you know, get G33 stormtroops and concussive grenades. So it could be more likely Spearhead or mechanized. And the fact he hasn't gone for mechanized now makes me think it is going to be Spearhead here from Marcel. Plus, he's probably also actually keeping it open in part because, you know, there's a chance, you know, Elpern may lay down a mortar in place, in which case he's going to need the mortar half-deck to counter that efficiently. Crom the move here, of course, he is getting the Panther 4, but it will take a bit of while to get there. Meanwhile, giving Elpern's Cromwell tank rather free reign here versus Marcel. South going northwards here, Panther 4 1/3 of the way done. Going to say nasty, we're going to bring up against the Cromwell. Damage engineer on it. Panther 4 halfway done. 2/3 of the way done here for the Panther 4. Elpern definitely starting to apply some mean pressure to Elpern is applying mean pressure to Marcel. I don't know, but my mind seems rather keen on, like, you know, having this names be the same thing, which is a bit weird. Particularly since, like, Elpern is Swedish and Marcel is German. I don't get it. Anyways, Panther 4, they're ready for Marcel, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Gunny's flanking against the machine gun there. Tank under section being pushed back here as well. Some progress there for Marcel, some harm being applied there to Elpern. Still no commander though for Marcel. Keine Kommandant. He really also should in the near future consider investing into a pioneer squad with minesweepers. Because I think at this point, Elpern's provided Marcel with ample evidence that he's laying down a lot of mines and that Marcel would really benefit from a minesweeper. But there you go. Could take out the Cromwell here. That's definitely going to be huge here for Marcel if you do that. Of course, we can see there Elpern is rushing his tank intersections. Get in there, lads! Stop that German Panzer with anti-tank rifles. Well, you just need to draw its attention away. Oh. North there, sappers routed by the Grenadiers. We've got some mines here not finished. Still no commander from Marcel. The up north here, regular section was the Grenadiers. Light cover though versus heavy cover. And of course, a unit which gets a bonus when in cover is definitely not great news for the Grenadiers with the light machine gun. Shot fired. He's obviously going to rush in there and crush the cover and push them out in the open. Another Crom there for Elpern. There we go. Could he land a wipe here in Elpern section? That would obviously be very helpful there. But we got two tank under sections. Definitely there to encourage Marcel not to try it. And it does look like it works out for Elpern there. As Marcel there's taking his path as far away for the most part as possible. There, of course, looks like it might have decided to take another path. They occasionally can give very specific orders, and the pathing will still take that route and just expose it to fire. I would definitely describe those moments as being fairly frustrating. Crom there almost 1/2 of the way. And again, two Cromwells versus Marcel's one Panther 4 is going to be tough for Marcel. Never mind, it's still damaged. But definitely should bring in more Pioneers here. And again, with Minesweepers, Pioneers and Sulphates. And we got Elpern mines, and we also got what looks like a big old knot of barbed wire. Like someone just kind of dropped a bundle of it and he just couldn't get it unstuck, just so I'd leave it there anyways. Jones going straight for the Grenadiers, then with the Crom's got second moving in. That's two tanks again versus Marcel's one. He is going for another Pioneer squad finally. Thumbs up. He's altering the Pioneers in the south here. Very sensible, I think, choice. Them two when his tank is still needing repairs. When he's getting hit by two. He does have a pack forward. Now, at least the Panzer up there can only fierce it. Could get a Panther fast off here. Which, oh dear. Panther did not get a damage engine on. That was pretty lucky there for Elpern. Panther being fixed up. Going for minesweeper kits as well. Thumbs up to that. Finally realised he needs some minesweepers. That's what Marcel might go for next. I mean, another Panther 4 obviously would help a lot versus all of Elpern's infantry, but also the Cromwells. So of course, the Stug would assist a bit more versus the tanks. We'll of course have to see what he does go for. Elpern continues, by the way, to be without a commander. We're slowly approaching the 20-minute mark, and Marcel still hasn't picked anything. Medics there for Elpern to free up some, the other section doing all the medic work there. Game's been caught here by the MD42 and the tank under section. Fixing the other car, Panther on the move here. So we'll soon enough figure out what Marcel is planning to beat another Panther 4 Stug. There's obviously, you know, option B, which is option C in this case, to go for tier 4 though. I think under current circumstances, trying to go for that is going to be a bit risky. Meanwhile, we got Elpern here with a anvil command upgrade there. So obviously heavy sappers, which is going to be tough there for Marcel. But also hint the Churchill tank, either crocodile or regular. Cromwell pushing forward from the south there. Cromwell firing away there. Second one moving in. Got the Panther 4 arriving here. Pack 40 is still covering the centre. But he can go for the second Panther 4 now. But will he go for it? Yes, indeed he will. Ramakar needs to back off. Tank 6 moving. Got another Pack 40 moving down here to assist as well as the south is getting pretty heated up here. And there you go. Lost his mind to a Pioneer squad. That's quite a blow there to Marcel, since he's going to have to replace them. 40 there. Oh dear, there we go. Gets shot back at the Cromwells, but the Panther's too heavily damaged to like really pursue here. Tank 100 section. The club's being wiped out, which is certainly helpful there for Marcel. We could wipe one of Elpern's anti-tank section, just section in general, but no. Gets away with a tiny slip of health there. Could we see a Panther first off here? The Pack 40 closer got Veterans 1, close to Veteran 2, and up north here though, Elpern is right about to hit Marcel's fuel point. So needs the cluster being wiped out, annihilated here by Elpern's Cromwells, but does narrowly survive the encounter. There you go, fresh Panther 4 there, but the northern fuel point is now being threatened by Elpern. And the 7th Armoured, the Desert Rats, quickly laying down some sandbags there. 6 Panther gun for Elpern. Figuring that if Marcel can go for tanks and anti-tank guns, so can he. Got the tank on the section caught by the Grenadiers. Almost got entirely wiped there, so they do take extra damage while laying down sandbags that they caught there, so that worked out there. Panther 4 hits another mine. Marcel will have to replace that Pioneer squad because, again, Elpern has just been so absolutely mining every inch of the map here. They're just like, you know, he can't afford. There he goes, about to lose the Cromwell there because of his lack of minesweepers. There we go. Going to ruin the Pioneers' man to recruit here. Maybe get a lucky shot in there. No, he's going to repair it while under fire here, risking the Pioneers as well there. Oh, he does recruit. Gets the Cromwell at least. That's not terrible, I guess. Was able to at least do a 1-for-1 trade there. I mean, that's something for Marcel. Failed to get any of the sappers right. They've been pretty helpful. They've got a tank under section blocking up. North here, more troops bringing through. Interestingly enough, he's not grabbing the fuel point there. Also more interesting, he still hasn't picked a command. I mean, we're 22 minutes of the game there, and Marcel hasn't picked a command. I mean, at that point, there's like just no benefits like not having picked one. None whatsoever. Here's the tank under section there. Grenade off. The Mills bomb. Almost wiped the MG42 team there, but his Panther was forced to fall back, and of course we'll need to repair it. We will absolutely need to repair it. Armored car then down repairs, alongside the Panther 4, and again Marcel is down just one Pioneer squad to do all that work. Baggage reinforcing healing, company command post with not much going on there. Grab normal fuel pump back. We got 2 sections dispatched here by Elpern, a bit aggressive, but at the same time we need to be aggressive here. Tank and section push back there. Elpern's going to be still working over, or Marcel's going to be working overtime. This is Elpern. Yeah, I don't know why I keep messing up the names there. My sincere apologies. I also do hope this is Marcel, because I'm fairly certain he's told me this is his account, but it could be someone else and I just messed up there. In which case I do apologise to Marcel. Penfold catching the tank hunter section there. Almost got it wiped. Again, Elpern here is having some incredible luck. He's not getting any wipes in after that one there. Well, let's see if Elpern goes for another Cromwell's going to try and go for the Crocodile now, or just a regular Churchill tank. And both of the latter options would definitely give Marcel a very, very rough time of it. Southie caught by the M40 again. That M40 again just been great here for Elpern. Really painful there loss for Marcel. Got Ralph Grenade off here, but just not enough to finish off the MG42 team there, which is closing in on the ace level. Another pack 40 here for Marcel. I still think a mortar would be a great investment here versus Elpern. Very good investment. He could, of course, also go for Spear to go for a mortar half-track, I suppose, but that seems very unlikely under the current conditions where he probably wants to preserve as much fuel for his tanks. So I don't think a mortar half-track is within Marcel's current scheme of plans. And I certainly wouldn't advise it, but it is an option to consider. Either way, I do think Marcel here needs a mortar very badly. Right here by the tank hunter section, ace level, 13 kills. Cromwell on the move here for Elpern and the British Empire, 10 kills, 32. Catching the troops in the south here, Panther moving in. Got one pack, both pack 40s moving in. And yeah, Elpern is definitely, I think, stalling here for a big tank now, so I'm guessing the Crocodile, though, could be a Churchill tank. He feels like he can't easily go for the Crocodile. Damaging the Cromwell, almost got it, but you know, just can't quite get past here all of Elpern's other things. That way, finish it off here.
The capture point is being overrun.
Marcel can go for a Pentafor now, but will he do so, or is he planning something bigger himself? I mean, he still hasn't gone for a commander. We're slowly approaching the 30-minute mark. And he's flanking in here. Oh, got the MD-42, but it's right next to the Sapper. They have 3 men, so maybe I can't actually... Oh, no, I can't recruit, so there might actually be a chance for himself to get back. And we finally here, at the 26-minute mark, got Marcel going for Spearhead, which is ultimately what was expecting. I mean, he could have surprised us all with elite troops, but, you know, considering how most players, you know, pick commanders, they can't decide. Spear just ultimately seemed like the most natural pick here. So what happens, he does he actually stall for the Tiger tank now? Because again, that's going to feel, I think, a bit tough. Obviously not impossible. That said, I think one thing he actually needs to do is get his hands on that machine before Elpern destroys it. Too late there. Too late. He's got what they're denying it to Marcel by Elpern, and we got another pen for Marcel, so at least he's not stalling right away for the Tiger tank. Very good there. He does, besides having access to the more type of access to the Pan-Tactician ability, Recon Zone Flight, Fragmentation Bombs, and of course the Tiger tank. As for Elpern, he's getting out close to that Crocodile. North there, tank under 6 on the northern fuel point there. Armored Kind don't need repairs, Panther 4 need repairs, he's still in his 1 Pioneer squad. And we do get a regular Churchill tank actually from Elpern. That's a bit of a surprise. I mean, considering how close he was to the Crocodile, you'd think Elpern would go for the Churchill tank with a flamethrower attached to it. It just seems like, you know, the obvious course of action. Well, chaps, we can either go for the really big tank, or we can go for the really big tank with a flamethrower on it. What should we go for? With a flamethrower, sir! Excellent. And then for some reason, Marcel still ends up... Elpern goes for the regular one. But again, that's nothing wrong in that. It's just a bit surprising. Obviously, regular Churchill tank is significantly cheaper in terms of fuel and manpower compared to the Crocodile. We're talking almost 70 fuel difference there. Finish routed here. Packs up the Cromwell. Churchill tank almost done. Panther filming about here. Going into that section. Armor car good to go. Damage. Panther 4 there down to half health. There you go. Churchill tank out here for Elpern. South here we got the canoes of the section there, pushing that back easily. Tank commander added to the Churchill tank. Massive landship there, bouldering his way through the front lines. Up north here we got tank and section looking decent, roughing off. So how will he respond to that? Stug I think would be a good counter here to the Churchill tank here. Of course he does have 2 packs, and he catch from the particular with the target weak point, he could very quickly render Elpern's Churchill tank into scrap in a matter of moments. North the ultimate does get right over the tank hunter section, caught out in the open. The tank hunter section plus with the grenade could do heavy damage to Marcel's Grenadiers. Pack 40 pushing a bit. Panther 4 the vetted 2 with some armored side skirts. Sending in 1 minute Panther 4 north for TD with this tank hunter section, pushing them back rapidly and efficiently. Center here, bit of build up by Elpern. We got 200 centers for 365. Fresh Pioneers put up from Marcel again with the Minesweepers. Got the Churchill tank catching the Grenadiers, of course, to Marcel revealing that, oh yeah, Elpern has a Churchill tank that had not already noticed by now. He definitely has now. Panther getting snapped there by Elpern's Cromwell tank. Just reinforcing healing here for Marcel. Up north, Pack 40s and Panther moving about. Here we got the Cromwell rushing in here against the Panther. Could take him down from the packs. There we go, almost got it. One more shot. Could rush in the Panther. No, doesn't do it. Allowing the Cromwell tank to get away. I feel like that was a tactic error there by Marcel. I mean, you could easily just place in the Panther to just get a finishing shot here, but whatever happened there, he failed to do so, and that definitely I think could prove crucial here for Elpern, as of course he still has then a Cromwell tank to support his Churchill tank with. Of course, need to get his armor fixed up swiftly. Could go for another Panther fleet soon, but I definitely think that's the Churchill tank will want to Stug. Good hit from the Pack 4 on the Churchill tank, puncturing through the very thick frontal armor. Tank on the section in trouble. Got the armored cast right here for Dodge and stabs it out in the open easy targets. There go another hit from the Pack 40 in the Churchill tank. Inside the tanks, booming away there with every shot. We got there Elpern successfully salvaging the Churchill tank out of that situation, getting to safety port, gets 2 damage. Up north here, Pioneers basically with the tank, that's fixed. Other one still needs some repairs though. On the grab northern point. There you go, grenade over the Grenadiers. Only light damage then inflicted here. Will Elpern though go for another Churchill tank here? Or is the next goal be a Crocodile here? I mean, 2 Churchill tanks definitely could be a tough nut for Marcel to crack. An additional Panther 4. Could he be scheming now for a Tiger tank versus Elpern? Certainly lots of parts Marcel can now take this as Elpern, so there's definitely also just, you know, a lot of uncertainties. And there you go, Elpern just straight up goes for another Churchill tank. Pretty much faking, just having 2 Churchill tanks. It's going to be better than having one with a flamethrower. That certainly might be some very fair logic there. But that's going to be tough there for Marcel to crack. Does look like he's planning something for T4 again. Likely the Tiger tank, but he could surprise us with the Panther. Fragmentation bomb still in reserve there. He'll soon have the munitions like pop 2 of them. And there we go, Tier 4 for myself. That's going to be either a Tiger tank or a Panther to face the Churchill tanks here from Elpern and the British Army. Got the regular section moving here. Note the average British infantry section takes roughly around 9 man, with the squadron equipped with typically with a Sten gun by this part of the war. Then about 5 regular sections with the squadron make up a sort of rifle part of the section, and then you had 3 men with a Bren gun to basically sort of act as a light machine gun team within the 9-man section, basically providing coming fire as the other chaps went in the offense. So, little fun fact there. Good hit from the Pack 4s in the Churchill tank. Target weak point would be a great thing, and there you go. Let's set the Churchill tank, that does get away from it. A bit too slow timing there on it. Panther 4 got the Cromwell Russian, got their Tier 3 on it. Needs to run the pack to deal with that. Panther 4 is opening up misses as well here. Churchill tank with the damage into there. Go Cromwell racing forward. He needs to quickly stop it. Schnell. But Elpern is not slowing down. He is fully dashing in there. Virtually free there. Blazing away there at the Germans. Calling in artillery support here. And baiting, I think, Marcel into it. Oh dear. And he got the Panther 4 as well. The Veteran T3 one went up in flames. A huge blow there to Marcel. He does save the Pack 40, but both Panther 4s are knocked out. That's a huge blow here to Marcel, and a great win for Elpern. Tiger weak point now, but again seems like he's a bit slow on that one, which is great for Elpern, but certainly not too great here for Marcel's anti-tank crew. There we go, the H Cromwell rushing in and relying on its high speed here to completely make a mockery of Marcel's anti-tank gun crews. Even deploying smoke here to further make things messy. It is a complete nightmare here for Marcel. He is closing the Tiger tank, but until then he's going to take intense losses as he's going to have to get the grenades and everything else into decent order, crew the packs while under fire, and then hope they can get enough shots in there before they get annihilated. He might actually want to call in a fragmentation bomb to stun them up there, so at least get some time in, but lost both packs now. He's going for the Panther 4, but he really should be going for Stugs. Stun them up, it doesn't matter here for Marcel, it doesn't matter since he doesn't have anything to finish them off with. Brutal push here by Elpern. Brutal and really just showing off, I think, the nasty side of the Cromwell tank. I mean, again, ace level, you see that it is really fast. Almost got the Churchill tank, but just Elpern is mercilessly hammering away at Marcel. Merciless. His Tiger Dreams there are pinned dashed onto the cold ground here by Elpern and the British Army. Panther almost done. Yeah, I think it's safe to say Marcel probably is regretting not taking out that Cromwell tank here when he could have with that Panther 4. And that really came back to bite him in the arse with a vengeance. Panther armor charging forward, is going to try and finish off the Churchill tank being repaired. He could perhaps get the sappers wiped out here. Going for the Cromwell, but there you go. Misses. Cromwell does not. He's being mauled by here by the Churchill tanks. Sappers going to block here. Not looking great for Marcel. He really needs a Stug. He really, really, really badly needs a Stug. He needs the Sturmgeschütze. Like if there's a situation I think you call for Stugs, this is it. He's going for the Pack 40. Getting from the body by the Churchill tanks. We've got the Cromwell machine as well. Again, ace level, 26 kills. Shoots, misses, Pack 40 ready. Theoretically, could like try and launch a flank grab down to Tangen behind Elpern, firing into his rear there. They're going to require him to like be able to launch that flank. Moving the Pack 40 to the front. I'm saying some time again. This is where Stug would also be helpful. It's much faster. Good shot there. Punches through the Churchill tank's frontal armor. Pack 40 moving in. Almost got the Churchill tank now. Can he finish it off? Can he get the killing blow here on Elpern's steel behemoth? Pop smoke there. Could still be taken out here through the smoke. Tank 100 section about to get wiped out. Finally gets a wipe here on Elpern.
Fortunately, we've lost a unit.
Small win here for Marcel, but he is definitely taking heavier losses than that now. He still has like fair map control despite all this, so. Got the Churchill tank. Finally, anti-tank crew here could be rushed down here by Marcel. It's going to be wiped out. Cromwell and Churchill tank, they're falling back here. Small win for Marcel, but still the losses, the casualties, the damage have all been immense here on Marcel from Elpern's side here. Good lord. Grab the center victory point. Needs to reconnect his fuel point as well here. Like the pressure on Marcel is immense here from Elpern. His medic bunker almost got knocked out too.
We're losing a capture point.
So there's a lot of work to be done here for Marcel versus Elpern. Got his move. Oh, they are on the ground point still. Panther almost fixed up. Almost got the southern fuel point. Will he try and solve for a Tiger tank here? Though I imagine he's going to go for more packs if he's going to do that. He may still do that to obviously just help us the Churchill and the Cromwell. That Cromwell has just been an absolute hero of the British Empire there. Absolute beast there with 5 vehicle kills. Or armor kills there. Also involved in vehicle obviously. Tank kind of section, regular section out in the open versus the Panther, looking at the slap machine and acing through them, ripping them apart here. Almost like that Panther 4.
We have 200 points now.
200 points left here for Elpern versus Marcel 176, and do get another Panther 4 here. Marcel is so not going to be trying to solve for a Tiger tank now. He knows the situation, he knows what's at stake. Pack pulling back here. There's been pursued by the section, the tank on the section, of course, crucially, the Churchill tank with 13 kills. Panther 4 need repairs again. Got the Ace Cromwell good to go once more. We got some air reconnaissance. Also looking to get an idea in the situation here versus Elpern and perhaps explore his options. What could Marcel possibly do here versus Elpern? What options could he see? Got second Panther 4 almost done. Heading north to with the sappers, swiftly and steady advancing for the British Empire. Southly comes to the tank on the section, getting some kills there perhaps. Of course, there is still the Churchill tank nearby to keep in mind here. Cromwell good to go, Panther 4 ready. Northern point picks east of Elpern once more. We got 176 on the 52. Marcel is once more got the lead over Elpern in terms of victory points. Both Panther 4s are ready.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
We got another Churchill tank here for Elpern. That is a lot of Churchill tanks and a lot of grief for Marcel, possibly. Going to the second hunter section there. We've definitely done some heavy damage. North here, pushing from northern point. We got punishment. Just so advancing there. Crumbling fortune to the Panther 4. Could Panther Faust it? Maybe finish off with the Panther 4s here. No, doesn't get the Panther Faust off here. Pack 40 bits with the Churchill tank in the south here. Second one halfway done here for Elpern. And far up north here, Pioneers launching their counter-attack to get the field point or victory point out of the English hands, to keep it out of their hands, I guess. Flamethrower could perhaps get a bit close, but no. Dash fall back with the southeast centre being claimed over the British. Southern one being claimed as well there by the German army, the Reich. Second Churchill tank almost on the field, and that's going to be a hell of a challenge for Marcel. Air recons again here. He wants to know where the anti-tank is, probably also where Elpern's armor is, and may also want to like get an idea if, like, say, Elpern is going for another Churchill tank or a crocodile. And there you go. Second Churchill tank once more again for Elpern. And the 7th Armoured Division. That is a lot of very heavy armour here for the British Army. Up north, Crom striking the unsupported Pioneers. Ace level Crom there on the rampage against the Wehrmacht. Pushing back here, Marcel's for the fortunate Pioneers. We got 176 to 123 there. Marcel keeps up the bleed here versus Elpern. He is ceaseless. So is Elpern. And there you go, second Churchill tank onto the front line. Does take a bit of a while to get there. Other one being fixed up. Should of course upgrade with the tank commander. Aircraft shot at the sky. Churchill tank into the Pack 40 in the Panther 4. Panther Faust off here, fails to deal engine damage. So, will Elpern go for Stug now? Oh, Marcel, I mean, go for Stug. Or will he go for another Panther 4? We'll try and stall for the Tiger tank now. Tank on the 6 being met with machine gun fire pushback. We got a Vickers machine gun here for Elpern. And he's healing up. Panther 4 there being hammered here with the 6-pounder gun. Panther 4 almost back to get knocked out here with a 6-pounder gun. Third Panther 4 there for Marcel. Narrowly avoids losing his Panther 4 there. Close call for Marcel. Very close call. And certainly close call for Elpern destroying it. But he needs to repair it up. And meanwhile, of course, Elpern has, like, 3 tanks. 2 of them being Churchill tanks ready to attack Marcel here. So this is going to be a pretty tough nut here to crack for Marcel. If the nut doesn't crack him in return first. Pushing ahead here with the British armour. Marcel there being pushed further into his base. There the Ace Krong there continuing its rampage going against all things German. Got the other Churchill in Norfolk Sea looking to outmaneuver the Pack 40 there. That does be a problem there for Marcel. Turning into command bank. I'm guessing that's a misclick here. Marcel's under a lot of pressure. Third Panther 4 ready here. So again, 3 Panther 4s with 2 Churchill tanks and an Ace Cromwell. Hope that works out. 6-pounder gun. It's just a messy situation here for Marcel. It's going to have to launch an attack. I think an angle Elpern does not expect. Instead, it does look like it's going to be attacking head on at Elpern here. Panther 4 down to 3/4 of health. Other Panther 4 is going to flank in from the rear. Get behind Elpern's front line here. Panther 4 takes some nasty hits here. We got 172 to 47. Could still winners and victory points perhaps, but there you go. Panther 4 abandoned. Churchill tank with victory, 222 kills. Panther 4 then in trouble. Got another Panther 4, and I think with that. Oh, and grenades the Pack 40 here with the Churchill tank, which I think further adds to Marcel's current sphere of misery here. I think with that, Marcel has very much lost his match here versus Elpern. He's got 90 tank and down just 1 Panther 4 as an opponent with 2 Churchill tanks and an Ace Cromwell here. Panther 4 finished off here. So yeah, I don't think Marcel has any realistic chance of winning this now. He is pretty much dead in the water here. Panther 4 down to half health. Got the third Panther 4 out of commission, bunker down. More Panther 4s in the Cromwell. I think at this point Marcel might have left the match. We're just waiting for the game to react to this, honestly. And yeah, just waiting. Waiting. Got another pack 40 out, I guess, but doesn't really matter. There we go. Game reacts. GG, game over. A loss here for Marcel, a victory for Elpern. A brutal match with heavy losses on both sides, but in the end, I feel like there are few cases where Marcel, just, missed some opportunities that really dealt some heavy damage to Elpern. There's also some bad luck, obviously, but there are definitely, I think, some cases where Marcel did not help himself, like not fixing and finishing off that Cromwell when he could have with his Panther 4, the Veta 2, like half health. I think could have just blitzed in and finished it off there. I think not doing that really caused some serious issues down the road here for Marcel. I think that with Commander choice, and I feel like some Panzer Grenadiers would also help him out there, but that's more my own personal, more subjective opinion. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Pearlington. Cheers. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.